Okay guys, this is going to be a very to the point guide on how you can automate PowerPoint slides via R. I wrote a short, hopefully short blog post about it. Now this will be just the basics, so you can look at the details at lupcho.com/blog/PowerPoint. The main package that we'll be using here is officeR, which is a great package. But there's some things that are a bit tricky to figure out. Once you figure them out, it's going to be hopefully smooth sailing. And this is the point where I want to come in. I want to show you these basics on how to set up your PowerPoint, let's say your PowerPoint template, so that you can easily fill it in with content from R. Okay, let's jump into it. Basically, let's open a brand new PowerPoint, and just to give you a preview, what we're going to do in the end is set up like a one-page summary of any stock. So basically, we just enter the ticker, and you would get in PowerPoint this nice visualization of sales growth, EBIT margin, a short description, and 12-month performance, just in a visualization to see how this can be very useful in doing your day-to-day work and have R do the heavy lifting in PowerPoint. So the harder parts are actually setting up the template, and the important part here is this is the first slide of your presentation. You can add more slides, but you would do none of that. We're going to do all our work in the slide master place, which is right here. So PowerPoint slide master. Now here you have all kinds of special, special purpose slide templates. We want to delete everything. You have to have one master slide and one master sub slide. I'm not sure how these ones are called, but basically everything from the second till the end, hold shift, delete. Then on this submaster will pull in stuff from here. So here we want to, let's say, set up our fonts. I like to use Arial. It's quite legible and nice. I don't like these bullet points. We'll kill them as well. This doesn't really matter. And maybe for the title style, we can also set up Arial. Okay, these are some basics. Then here, this actually is not that important. The only important thing is to set up some fonts, because all these sub styles, you see this changed to Arial. This is pulling from the original one. So this one here, the sub master, will be your actual template that you will be filling in. So feel free here to just delete everything, so you have a blank slate. We can set up the background to be a bit easier on the eyes, and you see there's no pulling up, so it's only going downstream. And basically, so this is one point. So don't set up your template to be actual slides. Make them make sure that your templates are slide master. And then what you want to do is, instead of inserting, let's say, a text box or something like that, you want to go to the slide master tab and insert placeholders. This is another key thing. So the only thing that can be filled in through officeR from R are these placeholders. So basically, let's add some. Okay, now this is one interesting point to illustrate how this pulls in. Let's also format this so we can change the text to be white, and also change this to white. That's good. Now when we add a placeholder, it will hopefully be white. And okay, the first level is, we don't care about the other levels anyhow. So now here we can edit the text directly in PowerPoint, and when we fill in text from R, it will inherit the same edits here. This is going to be the title. We can write whatever here and will be overwritten in R. Another thing that is really annoying that PowerPoint does is add these margins that I want to delete. Perfect. It's a bit small. I can do maybe 34. There we go. This is the title. Then we want to have the ticker. And now another point, the type of placeholder is not really important. You can insert anything, but it's nice to organize it from your side. So this is going to be text, edit right here, delete everything, do ticker. And then the sticker, we also want it to be in the middle. Perfect. Then I can do copy and paste to save some time. So we're going to be doing an entry-level version of the presentation. For the full presentation, you can look at the blog post just to show you how it works. Here we'll have the company description, maybe half like this, and then maybe we can do a picture placeholder. Again, I don't think it makes a difference, but again, always slide master placeholder. Then we can do a picture like this. Voila, and then we can give ourselves an idea what we're going to put here. Just price performance. I always misspell this, performance. There. So let's say this is our template. We want to put in the description here, put a chart here, put the ticker here, and put the company name here. Exactly. So let's say, and if you do want to insert shapes, this will not be changeable by R, but they will go to the final presentation. So maybe we can do like a little split here. No outline. And let's have a bit fader like that. Oops, there we go. So this will appear in the final slide, but it will not be selectable like this. Yeah, it will be fixed on the let's say in the slide background. So something to keep in mind. Last thing, maybe you can pull this up a tad. There we go. So finally, now once you have your template built out like this, a very important thing to do is go Control F10. Didn't work. Control Function F10. No, it's Alt F10. Sorry, Alt F10. Okay, we got it working. An alternative way to access this, I don't remember by heart, but I have it in the blog. Basically, yeah, you can go Home, Arrange, Selection pane, and what this gives you are the labels for all of the things that we put here. So let's say if we hide this, okay, this is the let's say horizontal bar. So we know what's that. Then this is price performance. Now, why is this very important? Basically, in officeR, you can use various ways to tell officeR where to put the content. I found this to make the most sense for me. Basically, we say, okay, this string of text, put it in the placeholder that's labeled company description. Which one is that? It's this one. So, I mean, in any case, you can use text placeholder 12. But the issue is if you copy pasted something, which we did, you see there's text placeholder 12 twice, and then it's not really readable. It just doesn't look nice, you know. So like this, when you change the names to something that is easy to interpret and to see which one you're referring to. Description. It works much better and it's just easier. So let's just change the names of all of these. Ticker. The last one is the company name. Perfect. So basically we're done in PowerPoint. We have our the last thing I forgot to mention is this thing can be this layout. Okay, so this is the master style and this is a layout. You can rename the layout. So we can say stock presentation. So in the case when you have several templates in one presentation and you want to add slides based on different templates, you can very easily just add more templates here, name them appropriately, and do the exact same process. So you see when you generate a new one, it does some of these for you. These are okay, I guess, but if you copy and paste them, for example this one, copy, paste, title one twice. So it's nice to start fresh, add your stuff, name your layout as we're doing now, stock presentation, and yep, that's it in PowerPoint. So let's save this and let's head to R. Basically here I have the code for my previous for the full example. We're going to live code the new one now, and I'll just borrow some code when I need it. Basically, the libraries that we need are, of course, Tidyverse, officeR. QuantMod is for just downloading some price data. Y-Finance is a package I've written for downloading fundamental financial data, but that's basically financial statements, balance sheets, cash flows, and the like. Let's import these, load them in. Perfect. So now what we want to do is to read in the officeR presentation, basically the template we just made, and I can do that with just simple read pptx function from officeR. It's always nicer to type it out, but I want to show you without losing too much time. So what we want to do here, read in the example we just created and see the properties. This is a very interesting function which tells you basically how officeR perceives this template we've created. What are the columns? Basically, the first column is the office theme, which is the top level master. I think we can also change its name, but I mean, it's fine, office theme. Maybe you have several of these, you can organize it a bit better and you can use these options. But basically this is of it. And now this is the template basically we prepared. Stock presentation. Perfect. Then these are the labels that we wrote by ourselves. And we will be using these labels to tell officeR, okay, put this content at this location. Which I'm not exactly sure what it is. Then we have off X, off Y. These are basically the X and Y offsets. Basically, I don't know. Off X is this length and off Y is this length. Basically, it tells you where XY coordinate offsetting from the top. The placeholder starts. Not very useful, but another thing that's useful, let's see if I can stretch it out so it appears. Come on. Okay, doesn't want to. Another thing that is useful is CY and CX. This is basically the width and the height of the placeholders we defined. Why is this useful? In certain situations, for example, if you put in a ggplot as a content for one of the placeholders, it will fill it out perfectly, no questions asked. However, if some things cannot be rendered, some R objects cannot be directly plugged into officeR. So those visualizations, you have to save them as an image, and then the image will be plugged into the presentation. In those cases, if you want to perfectly fill in the placeholder you've defined by hand in PowerPoint, you can just use the width, which is the CX, and the height, which is the CY, to tell in your program exactly what size image to save. Anyways, so once we have the presentation read in, we can save it as pres, which will be this. Oops. So let's run that. Now let's generate a PowerPoint. So basically, okay, a couple of points here. Let's copy this and go through it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, basically, we start with the template we read in. This is here its presentation. We call it pres in our example. Now, the first thing I mentioned at the beginning, every presentation has to have at least one slide in the actual slides, not the master slides. Otherwise, you cannot save it. So basically, our first command here is to remove this one slide that is in the presentation. So not here in the slide master, but this slide. So we remove this, so we start from a blank slate. So we remove that, index 1 meaning the first slide. Then we add a slide. And how do we define the slide? As we saw here with properties, we can run that. So basically, add a new slide according to layout stock presentation. Previously was called that. So stock presentation according to the master office theme. Perfect. Then once we've done this, we've basically loaded in the template. Now we just need to fill it in with content. The first content, let's say that we're going to fill in here, is company name. We can maybe add the content above. So company name. And we also want, let's say, a company. So the only thing that is required in this presentation is the ticker for some stock. I can do GameStop here, but I think, I don't know, Apple, Microsoft, those are the usual ones. Let's do something old school like Alcoa. What was the Alcoa? AA. Okay. Industrials, they make aluminum, right? Okay, let's do a presentation about Alcoa. So the ticker is AA. Now let's get the company name. I have a pretty nifty little function here in my Y-Finance package. Basically, so yeah, company name, Y-Finance, get company name, and then the ticker is right there. And then summary has a bit of more things, but yeah, let's download that as well. Run this, it got the company name and the summary. We can see in the environment. So company name, Alcoa Corporation, ticker AA, and then the summary has a bit more of things. You can see here it's got the address, city, country, and this is what we're interested in. Alcoa Corporation, blah, blah, blah. It's a aluminum company. Number of employees, all of this is at your fingertips. It even has a list of the. You cannot open it like this. I'm probably not generating this correctly, so if you want to send a pull request to get the company officers as well, but I've never cared about that. So this is what we're interested in the summary. So let's add the name. It's already there, company name. So every line of content that we had, we start off with ph width, and then you have to define two things: what and where. Basically, what our object that we're putting in which placeholder. So we use for that ph location label, and then we just say the label name, which is company name, I believe. So let's keep it simple. Let's just run this, and let's get a presentation up. So here I can use also a company name in the name of the final file. The way we do it is just a simple print my pres, which is the object of the presentation, and then we just set the path where we want to save it, .pptx. One thing to remember is don't run this if you are overwriting a presentation. You have the presentation open, it will crash your session. So just before printing new presentations, just remember to close down the old ones. So let's just run this and hopefully it works. Whoops, it appeared here, example corporation, and let's see what we got. There it is, the company name, and it's placed in the placeholder. Now let's add more content. Now we want to do ph width value is now, so summary, and we want to get long business summary. Perfect. We want to put it at the location ph location label, with the ph label being I don't remember how we titled this. Let's check. I have to view the master slide. Company description. Okay. Company description. And this should work. So let's run this. It did. It overwrote it. It's loading. Okay. So we see here the font is a bit big. Yeah, it wasn't so clean cut in defining this, which is a simple fix. We go back to our template, and we see the font is 28. Let's do maybe 13. 13, and we want to start right at the top, not at the middle, from left to right. We can set it up as justified, so it neatly fills in this box. We have the price performance here. Let's save the template and let's try again. So we just simply run this. Okay, so what happened, we didn't read in the new presentation, so it's still using the old R object. So now it's read in the new one. We can rerun this, but it's the same. And then let's generate it now. It wants 2 clicks. Now sometimes it will load the master slide view. You can just close that and you can get to your content. So there you go. This is the okay, so the alignment here needs to be fixed, but basically you get the content here. You can keep editing it. Maybe if it overflows, you can change up the width, the length. Basically you want R to do the hard work for you. Again, here this is pretty annoying. We need to format shape, text options, and kill these. That way you get nice alignment in your content. So we need to do this in the template right here. Oops. Format shape, text options, this thing 0. Perfect. Let's save. Perfect. Now this will make aligning everything much easier. And I think we're done. Basically, if you want to get going, this is it. You can keep chaining here to add more content. You can add more slides, different slides, and you have one final presentation. But yeah, if you want more details, some more secret tips, which are not so secret anymore, you can just head to my blog, which is ljubcha.com/blog/PowerPoint. There's this entire example worked out there, and hopefully you will be on your way to let's say automate PowerPoint presentations in R. Now, a great thing is that this can be smoothly integrated in Shiny, which is the need I had. That's why I went through this. You can have your users set up parameters, set up the content, one click, and they get a nicely formatted PowerPoint presentation, which can be further edited and improved, which I think can be super valuable for your organization or for your workflow. So yeah, let me know if this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to hit the comments. And should I do it? Should I not? Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. They say it helps if you say it, so do it. And I don't know. Let's see each other in another video. Bye bye.